this is how these businesses are able to grow to 1 billion very fast. It's because their best customers are their affiliates. And so they never run out of a customer base. And also they have recurring revenue. And so I decided to do the same thing. And so we used UGC type people to become affiliates for the course. And it converted so much better because it was a fairly new audience, but a very engaged one. But we're having the impact and the visibility and the prosperity. And it's working, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. And so it's like one step after the other. Today, that's where we're at. Tomorrow, only the sky is not even the limit to where we'll be.
If you want to build a legitimate, profitable online business without shiny objects, without the hypey gimmicks, and without the stress and overwhelm, if you want to make more money without having to be present online all day, every day, pumping out content that nobody sees and hustling DMs to generate leads and sales, then this is the place for you. Welcome to the Digital Trailblazer Podcast, your online business university, where you'll learn how ordinary people start from ground zero with no influence, no email list or audience to sell to, and no business or marketing experience, and go from working 9-to-5 jobs to building successful 6- and 7-figure online businesses and all the steps in between. Learn the strategies that worked and what didn't. Learn the mistakes that they made and how to avoid them, and then learn their plans for scaling their businesses and taking things to the next level. All so that you can build your business faster and easier and make more money without sacrificing the things that are important to you in your life. I'm your host, Leah Ray Getz, and with me is my husband, Todd. Now, let's get to it with today's guest. Hey, Digital Trailblazers, this is Leah Ray Getz, and I'm super excited to have on with us today, Claudia. Claudia, go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience and let them know what you're all about.
Yes, thank you so much, Leah, for having me on. I am honored to be on this amazing podcast with you guys. So I am Claudia King. This is my name, but I'm also known as Claudia Comtois, which is my French name. And I own a marketing agency called Alchemy Media, where we mix both energy and strategy. So we're really woo-woo and out there, but we have out of this world results for our clients. So I'm excited because I have some juicy content for you guys to help you master your next launch.
Yes, I'm super excited to jump into this because when she told me about it, I was like, this is brilliant. Why didn't I think of this? So we're going to get into all that good stuff. But let's kind of start at the beginning here. Tell us when you first started your business. How did this get started? Kind of take us back to what was going on with you.
Yes, so all the baby coaches out there will love this because I am the perfect example of try it and throw spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks. And I'm telling you guys, when they say if you keep going, it will work, it's true. I've tested and tried. So I'm from the world of coaching where it comes to fitness coaching. So I started as a Beachbody coach. So when you have 250,000 people doing network marketing, selling the exact same product as you have to learn quick how to differentiate yourself in the market. And so I always tell people, I know we all got this hey girl message in our DMs and everything. I'm telling you, if you feel pulled, try it. Why? Because you will learn some skills. So in that world, I was introduced to the conference world. I was introduced to personal development. I was introduced to fitness and getting better every day. And that mindset really carried me through my entrepreneur journey. So from that, I graduated as well with a bachelor's degree in marketing and finance from the top business school in Canada. And so I had different types of skills, but I got out of my training in school, and I felt like I was clueless on how to do my job. Yeah. Because you spend 3 years learning how to do marketing, but then you come into the real world outside of school, and they tell you, can you make us go viral? Can you create ads? And can you grow our following? And I was like, well, I can tell you how to do a market research. I can tell you how to calculate what price you're going to put on your product. But what are you telling me about? And I was so mad that the schooling system literally failed me because I was like, why is it that I spend all these thousands of dollars and time and energy and sleepless nights and I'm not even qualified to do my job with the current market? And so this is where I started the process of investing in coaches, buying packages like the ones that Leah and Todd offer, things like that, where I was able to invest in my learning. And I invested almost like 100K, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's such a scary number, but I invested, and I had family and friends almost do an intervention at one point. Like, girl, if you're buying another coaching package, I swear we are unhindering. Oh my God, my French brain. We're taking you off of the inheritance. We're literally putting you in a hospice because this is not. So I'm telling you, I was the girl who went to see Tony Robbins, walked on fire. I did ayahuasca. I went in the vortex in Sedona, like retreats, like anything to get myself out of this situation. And I was like, how is it that I see people online, they're claiming, oh, it's easy to make 10K a month. It's easy to make this. And I started 7 years ago. So right now, it's not even 10K a month. It's like, it's easy to make 100K a month. And I'm like, what in the heck? Is there something wrong with me? Am I not doing the things properly? I feel like I'm working all day, but I don't see those results. And so I was the woman that was like, let me try and test every single way I can do it so that I figure out what's missing in me, what strategy am I not getting. And the number one thing that I learned, which is going to blow your mind and could have saved me thousands and thousands of dollars, but I'm passing that on to you guys, is confidence. And it's so annoying. I already know. You're like, I'm here to learn strategy, Claudia. Like, who is this woman right now talking about confidence? I'm telling you, I have seen people sell snake oil packages, sessions in the thousands of dollars. When I got on that session, it was nothing but wind. Okay? But in business, you got to learn both how to master the sales process and the delivery.
Yeah.
And you can be great at sales and suck on delivery, and your business will sustain. But if you suck at sales, I don't care how great your product is, it's going to fail.
Yes, is all I can say. And truthfully, we want, obviously, everyone to serve with a good heart and to make good programs that truly help everybody. But the reality is, if you don't learn how to sell it, you don't have a business. You don't. And if you don't want to take on learning how to sell this, then you shouldn't have a business. You should go work as a coach for someone else's business. Because if you want a business, you got to be a business owner. And sales, being able to generate revenue as a business owner, is really your number one job. So absolutely. Absolutely. So what have you found, like, what were some of the biggest challenges for you in this journey that you've really had to overcome to get to where you are today?
There was many challenges. As you guys know, first of all, everybody's telling you drop out of school, start a business after burnout, start a business, this, that. I'm telling you, just put that in a box and never look at it again. Because I almost dropped out of school to start my business because I was in the world of, and I'm not going to name any marketers, but it's just, I've been following a lot of marketers, and it's like, you don't need school. School is for nothing and everything. And I'm telling you, because I got my degree, I was able to secure a job that financed the beginning of my business.
Yeah.
And so we don't talk about that. I'm telling you, finish the degree, whatever it is, like make sure you have your paper. We live in a society where you need these papers. I'm not making the rules here. So first thing is, make sure that whatever you're in right now, make sure that you have a degree, a paper, that you can be receiving money to sustain yourself as you're working towards your dreams. The number 2 thing was, for me, the structure. I had no clue. I was looking at this beast, like this elephant, and I had no clue where to start. Should I start by climbing the back, the trunk, the feet? Like, how am I going to hold this thing? And how do I go from an idea that I have inside my head to an actually thriving business? And so you kind of have to be a little bit crazy to throw yourself in business, because you throw caution to the wind, and it's like, now I'm not relying on an institution that is established with people in departments, but I'm solely relying on myself to wear all the hats and provide myself with the income to be sustainable. And so it takes a little bit of craziness, but directed correctly. And that's where the belief and the confidence comes in. It's because you have to believe in yourself more than anybody will believe in you. Because sometimes a no is not really a no. And you'll learn that there's also one way that people tell you to go about it, but then there's shortcuts that people don't tell you about, or that you have to jump in somebody's program to be able to see those shortcuts and save yourself time, money, energy. Or sometimes it's someone introducing you to someone else. Or even like I'm having this great opportunity right now to be on this podcast with you guys. It's going to be showcased to 200,000 people. And these are people I don't know. And I hope that you guys will stay into my world after. But as I'm being introduced to you, I don't necessarily know you guys. So that's a leverage that Leah is offering to me right now. So it's find those shortcuts. And to me, it was I tried the hard way. I tried the structure-less way. And I almost dropped out. So these were my challenges. But then I found ways to overcome that through confidence, through educating myself, through putting systems in place, and asking for help. Because we talk about, you're a solopreneur, you're an entrepreneur, I made it on my own, I'm self-made. And it's the biggest lie that I've ever heard, because you cannot be self-made. Because the mic that I'm using, somebody created this podcast, they created it. Anything, the systems that I'm using have been created by others. The virtual assistants that accompany me, my employees, my banker, you need people. And so I think we have to drop the ego in business of being like, I'm going to make it on my own and you'll see. And we have to turn it around and be like, who can I surround myself with to make sure that I reach my goal further and faster? And so these are challenges that look like their mindset, but they are. So when we say, I am the same person I was then that I am now, it really is. I am the same physical person, but inside I am not. And that is because I see things through different lenses. And these lenses were given to me by people that saw other things. They're like, hey, here's my pair of glasses. And I took these glasses and I put them on. And I was like, wow, I never saw these colors. I never saw things that way. I'm able to see further and faster. And I wasn't there. And so when you're given these telescopes or microscopes or visions, you're able to see things differently. And you're able to think differently, act differently. And therefore, your result is different. And so what I would say the biggest hurdle is, are you willing to drop your glasses and put on somebody else's to see things differently?
I think that's very true. And Todd and I would definitely not be where we are today if we had not partnered with coaches. We got mentors. We got the help that we needed at every step in our business where we've taken it to the next level. Every time we've grown, it started with a coach, with a course, with something that we were learning from other people who've been there, done that, and we're able to pass that on to us. So I second all of that, which is awesome. So fast forward to today. Like, what are you doing now in your business? Like, what does it look like?
So today, my business, I started, and I want people to know this. This is very important for you guys to know, because right now, some of you are watching this or you're listening on the podcast and you're thinking, well, I look at these numbers and it's scary. It feels unattainable. Let me tell you, when I started my coaching business, I was in quarantine and I was on my bed and I put my phone. So I didn't buy no fancy Quincy equipment, It was my phone, it was me, and it was Facebook. And I did 365 days of live video. And I built a community to 15,000 people from my bed. You can literally watch my videos, the old ones on my Facebook, and you'll see a bed. And sometimes you'll see my cat. And from that, it's like, are you willing to start where you are, with what you have? And that is enough. It's more than enough. And from that, fast forward like 7 years now. And now today, I am running a multi-six-figure agency called Alchemy Media. And we serve government bodies, but we also serve the entrepreneurs, and we also serve associations and things like that want to showcase themselves online. So we're digital marketing experts. We won a prize, which is the top digital marketing agencies from the Canadian Choice Awards. I've met our prime minister at events I've been invited to. For example, in February, it was Black History Month. And so I'm invited to these things now that I still feel inadequate, but we're having the impact and the visibility and the prosperity, and it's working, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. And so it's like one step after the other. Today, that's where we're at. Tomorrow, only the sky is not even the limit to where we'll be. But I'm very grateful and excited for what's to come next.
That's awesome. So now you've got the agency work, and then you've also got the coaching side of the certification part, correct? Do you want to explain to folks what that looks like?
Yes. So I'm a big believer in having multiple streams of income. So for me, if you have a business, the most, I would say, risky thing to do would be to have one source of income. So what we do as employees is actually more risky than having a business, because you have one employer and tomorrow they decide to cut you off. That's it. No more money. So what I did is I set up the systems in place where we have the marketing agency and we have workers in graphic design, web development, and all the things. And we also have the social media certification, which is educational. And we certify you guys after 12 weeks to be able to master Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And we also have like online masterclasses. We have subscriptions, and we have one-on-one coaching packages. So different streams of income for different levels of investments, depending on where people are in their business.
That's awesome. So I want to dive in here into what's working really well, because I know that you've done some really cool stuff when launching your certifications in particular. And I think there's so much for our audience to learn from that. So break it all down for us, please.
Oh my God. Are you guys ready? Grab pen and paper, get ready, grab your favorite hot chocolate drink. This is insane, because what I'm sharing with Leah today is very, very brand new, and it just happened. And so it's fresh out the oven. You can still smell all of the juiciness that comes out of it. And so we launched a certification. This is not our first course. This is not our first rodeo. But what we did is we have onboarding our first affiliates. And you guys, I got to put you on, because if you don't have affiliates, we were talking about sales in the beginning, introduction. And so we were talking about, what if you suck at sales? Well, other people don't. So use them. And it's going to be a win-win, because they're going to make money. You're going to make money. Everybody's going to be happy. And so for me, I started, I would say, the 2 first weeks promoting on social. But my audience was more primed to hire our agency to do work for them. And so when it comes to doing it yourself as social media certification, they weren't primed and ready. And that's something you should do before launching anything, is priming your audience. And so I didn't do my job to prime people correctly and approach new circles. And so after 2 weeks, I'm like, we're supposed to have sales by now. What is going on? And so call it divine intervention, call it like synergy, whatever. I have the idea, how about we try affiliates? And you guys, I come from the world of network marketing. Like I told you guys, it's affiliate marketing, 100%. 100%. And this is how these businesses are able to grow to $1 billion very fast. It's because their best customers are their affiliates. And so they never run out of a customer base. And also they have recurring revenue. And so I decided to do the same thing. And I started approaching people by DMs. I know, super sketchy, but it still works. So do it. I started approaching people that I felt were genuine and were in alignment with our business vision, which is like somebody who's a little bit more in tune with their energy, whether they believe in God or whoever they're praying to. It's the universe, but they're connected with some kind of force. And they also believe in putting the work in, and they believe in receiving the fruits of their action. And so it was a mix of business strategy and a mix of energy. And so I was looking for those people that were connecting. We're using certain hashtags. We're using hashtag affiliate, hashtag, energy, hashtag manifestation, things like that. And so I approached, I think, 20 people. Out of those 20 people, only 5 people got back to me. And out of the 3 that we signed on as affiliates, only 1 generated more than 50% of the sales. So you're going to have stats of your own, but I'm telling you, approach more people than you would think, because only a certain amount of people will, quote unquote, make it through or have good results. And at the same time, there's no risk for you because there's no investment. It's solely based on commissions. So for us, it was a no risk approach, and it only took time, and we did it. And this person brought in over $7,000 in sales. This one person, and the rest of the sales was generated by our team and we weren't running any ads. We decided for this first version, we're not going to run ads. It's going to be organic. So the budget that we said we're going to put in ads, we put into her commissions. But now that we're going to run the second round, now we're going to leverage testimonials and success stories. And now we're going to run ads, and we're going to approach more affiliates. So from the 20, what we're going to do is 10x that. We're going to approach 200. And now we're going to capitalize on that and leverage, because the results are so good. You're not only making the money that these people brought in, but you're also capitalizing on the upsells. So we already upsold people into other packages, other courses, and things like that. And so the return on investment just keeps on going and going and going. And we have a system also, we're limiting risk. So there's like a few attention little triangles that I have to put in this conversation, because first of all, make sure that you negotiate the commission before so that people know how much you're going to get, and make sure that you also take into consideration how much you're going to pay in taxes and in costs and everything, and make sure that you're not going to go in the hole because you're giving like 75% commission, but then it's costing you to do things. So always know your numbers. That's number one in business. Second of all, I would say the payment structure for the affiliates needs to be in accordance to if you have payment plans. So we always allow 30 days of turnover from the time that we receive the payment plans from the people, because some people will pay you late. And so if you upfront the cost to your affiliates, you're putting yourself at risk that what if that client stops paying, And so the contracts we have with affiliates are based on if the client they bring in fulfill their entire, financial obligations. And it's 30 days after we receive payment from the client, just because you don't want any chargebacks and things like that. These are things we put up front to secure. It's always important. You guys, if you need, I would really, really suggest working with a lawyer or financial experts that can set some very solid contracts in place. Don't overindulge. There's a lot of application like snowball.io, I believe, that you can set an affiliate system with you can give them money through deposit, but also through gift cards and things like that. These are fun things. But as we got started for the first round, we just said we're going to give money because we don't know the entire structure of it all. And we don't want to set it up as a network marketing because that's other laws that are applicable. And so just make sure in your payment system that it reflects that. So it's really referral based. And yeah, it's been working amazingly. I would say you want to get people to have sales quickly. That really onboards them. And it's just, you want to get them excited. You want to get them excited about the vision, about the future, about their own personal goals. You want to put some candy, after this amount of sales, you're going to get a Starbucks gift card or an Amazon gift card or anything. You want to make sure that you constantly check in with them. Do they have some questions? Do they need support? And you want to make sure that if they post videos about your business, you reshare, or you just like are in their DMs, because some clients will ask them questions. So you want to answer that too. So anyways, I don't want to make this a whole training course on affiliates, but it's just things to think about when we onboard affiliates that I would have wanted to know first.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. So walk us through a little bit of what did that initial reach out and that initial conversation, how did that go for like, what did that look like?
Yes. So in essence, you don't want to overthink it. You're going to have your own language with your customers. Some people are more corporate messaging. Some people are more friendly approach. Some people are more, I don't know, bestie. If you're using TikTok, it's really like, hey, bestie, let me help you. You know, it's a different type of language. It's more familiar. And so I use the language that we use at Alchemy Media, which is a mix of personal, but also corporate, which is like, hey, I noticed, like, tell them something you notice about their videos so you're not a creep. Like, hey, I noticed you do videos around like affiliate marketing and everything. I really love your approach. Your cat is cute in the videos. Your kids are always smiling. You look like a great mom. Like, whatever you notice in the video that they always showcase, compliment them. You know, flattery will always get you far. And just tell them, hey, I have this amazing opportunity. Would you be able to jump on a Zoom call with me? And I would love to share it with you. It's commission-based. We're launching a new program. So what I would say is say enough in your email that they know what it's about, because they probably get a lot of inquiries. But also, don't drop any links, because your email might get flagged as spam if you just send a bunch of emails with links. So I never put a link in the first email. Always wait for a reply. And then if we set up a call or something, then I send a Zoom link. That's something that I noticed too, because the emails were getting in spam. And then from that, you get them on a call, you get them excited about the vision. You don't want to have like this whole PowerPoint version. Here's the opportunity, because they'll feel like they're in a timeshare presentation and nobody likes that. So just like be genuine, being like, hey, I'm starting this business, looking into affiliates. You would be one of the first. Never say they're the first. Just say you would be one of the first. We're trying this new approach. Is this something that would interest you? And then go back and forth with their questions. See if it's a fit with you energetically and business-wise, if their audience is actually who you're targeting. And then you would be able to offer them, this is how much commission we're willing to give. And these are the launch dates. And that's how it is, because the ones that I approached solely by email and just dropped the link, I feel like there was less response in terms of getting back to me. But the ones that I approached genuinely with telling them something about their videos, complimenting, and then offering them the opportunity to look into it, then they would convert into a Zoom call, and then they would convert into affiliates. So that's what worked best for me. And yeah, it was solely the same structure in terms of email, but then the compliments and what's about their account was different, of course, because it's very personal.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So did they purchase to get in as an affiliate then?
Yes. So the goal was to get them to experience the course first, and then they were able to have an affiliate link to them and everything. There is one person that I let in for free because it was the first person. And although it didn't bring in money in the beginning, she did convert to other packages, coaching packages and things like that. So we recouped the costs. And also, I mean, videos were made about our business. We had like one client out of it, and an upgrade in packages. And so it was worth it, even though you can decide if you want to let them for free or not. It's just in terms of being fair towards the other participants that are going to be buying your course. It needs to be, you either have to put a time frame on it, like if you bring a client within this time frame, or if you bring in this amount of sales, we're going to discount it. Or I would say it's a better approach just in terms of fairness.
Yeah, absolutely. So once people got signed up as affiliates, like how do you help them to make sure they're going to actually get sales? Like what was the process and getting them taking action and moving things along?
Oh, I love this question. So you have to see them as an extension of your team now. it's not just somebody who's gonna, set up a booth and do their own thing. You have to support them. And so I had a pre-made, and again, if you guys want these information, you can send me an email. But I had this pre-made list in an email of like frequently asked questions that I thought they were going to have. And from exchanging with the first affiliate, other questions came in. And so I was able to add it. And so I just sent them like a quick email with pre-made questions and answers. Then we established a plan. Where are they going to promote? How they're going to promote? And then you want to link. There's actually, I don't remember the app, but our website is on WordPress. And there's like an affiliate app where you can track how many clicks people got, but you can also use Google Analytics or even, what is it called? Bitly, things like that to figure out how many people clicked on the link that you provide for your affiliate. So what we did is we doubled the page. So let's say we had a page for the course, the certification. We created a mirror of that page, but it was like the certification dash their name. And so on our website, in terms of analytics, we were able to track that specific page, how many clicks, how many conversions, and all the things. And so, and also the few of the affiliates were using something called the Stand Store. And so they were able to track also their own clicks. But we were giving them like a weekly summary of like this many people clicked on your link and everything, and just keeping each other accountable. And it was really a trust base at first because we didn't have that system for affiliates. We were working off of Excel sheets. And I'm a big proponent of start free. Don't start getting all these things if you don't know if it's going to work. And so the next rounds were probably going to go towards a system of tracking like snowball.io, where you can track how many people come in and then commissions are like registered in the system. But for that first round, we were like, we're not going to invest in that. We're just going to go Excel. And so it was really a trust relationship with the affiliates to know like, okay, this person told me they were going to sign up. Did they sign up? And then we were able to provide the name of the person signed up, and this is how much you're going to get in commissions. And so, it was a bit of a rodeo, but it was free.
So is it like higher ticket? Like were they booking a sales call? Were they just checking out on a good sales page? Or
yes. So basically the affiliates treated the clients as their own. They were having conversations. If they needed help, our team could jump in and answer questions in the DMs or through like a WhatsApp business conversation and things like that. And so, but most questions were directed to the affiliates. And so it was important for us to have an open channel with them on Voxer where they could like just chat with us and be like, this person is asking me this, what should I say? Or email. And it really went like this. It wasn't too complicated. I feel like sometimes people overcomplicate. It really goes with your traffic. We didn't have hundreds of thousands of people in traffic on the website. And so it was manageable still to do it that way. But if it's a bigger, I would say I've been part of other affiliate programs. And what we used to do is we would have a Facebook group. And so people were jumping into a Facebook group. There was like a once a week call with all the information, and that people could ask their questions live on the call. And there was like an ongoing chat inside a Facebook group. So you just want to put people in the same type of bucket where you're able to address everyone at the same time. And then you convert them through personal conversations into a link to buy. But when they bought, they were sent to a type form. When they requested more information on our sales page, to a type form. In the type form, they choose the affiliate that referred them. And then when they completed, they were sent like a contract and a Stripe payment link. And so in the type form, we were able to see who referred who. And then we would approach the affiliate to say, hey, you have like this many people referred to you. Can you follow up with this one? It's been a week. And we were able to do it one-on-one like that.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting. So talk to me about UGC, or user-generated content, and how this made a really big impact for you guys.
So UGC is a fairly new concept. I don't know if anyone has talked about it yet on the podcast, but it's basically the non-influencer way to influence people into buying. So basically, people don't want a cookie cutter approach anymore. They feel like influencers have just overpowered their usage of the term, of their visibility. And so when you see somebody who's picture perfect, trying to sell you something, you know they're going to get a percentage out of it. And so it feels disingenuous. And so people have created this other thing called UGC, where you don't need a number of followers, you don't need a percentage of conversion or whatever, but you can just be a mom in her kitchen using cookie dough and showing your personal experience of the product, and that becomes an ad. And so it feels more genuine to the receiver of the ad or the organic content. They still have to use disclaimers because if they get paid or receive free products, but it feels more genuine to the person who visualizes, and it's less expensive than paying thousands and thousands of dollars to work with an influencer without really an understanding of, is it going to convert? Am I going to get my money back? And so what we did in terms of UGC is that we approached genuine, authentic people that were just sharing things they're trying, like online surveys, like they're trying data annotation, they're trying other courses and sharing their experience, and they're starting to make affiliate money out of it, but they're not making $30K a month. They're just making a few hundreds here and there, and they're trying to see. And because of that, their audience were very, very engaged because they felt like this is somebody like me that's trying things and just sharing their experience. And so we used UGC type people to become affiliates for the course. And it converted so much better because people weren't primed with hundreds of marketing messages every day by this person. They weren't used by corporations to sell their stuff. And so it was a fairly new audience, but a very engaged one. And so people even under 10,000 people on a TikTok and Instagram, and it converted very well.
Interesting. That's awesome. So now have you collected some of that UGC to use now in your marketing as an organization?
Yes. So what we're going to do is we reused it as we were launching the first round. But as we're going into the next rounds, we're even going to do a sit-down style interview of their own personal experience. And we want to get their testimonial live. And we might put like a few ads behind those genuine videos of like my experience and everything. Instead of trying to carve the perfect cookie cutter ad, it's going to be like a genuine person that I actually didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I tried it and it worked. So we want that genuine energy. We're really energy based. And so if anything feels forced, we don't want them to use a script. We give them freedom of creation when it comes to their own videos. And so for us, it's very important that it stays genuine and authentic.
I think when it comes to social media these days, user-generated content. So where people who are just using and sharing, just real life people, completely relatable to the average Joe who would be a potential buyer of whatever you're selling. It's so powerful. And if you can, whatever you can do, whether that's affiliates or some sort of bonus or reward programs or anything that you do in your business to incentivize UGC. If you incentivize your customers to create content around your products, it will serve you so well. So it'll serve you because it'll introduce you to their audiences, but at the same time, if they'll you get them to send you that content, and now you can use that. You can even do a compilation of those as a Facebook ad, or you could do all kinds of cool stuff once you have that, because it's just very, very powerful. And it is way more effective than having some Instagram model, hold up your thingy majiggy, versus having this a real person that looks like a real person, looks like the people who'd be buying and relates to them. And they're like, oh, they're just like me and it worked for them. Okay, cool. I'll give it a try.
So true. We're in that world where we're so desensitized by marketing messages. We have it in our phones. We receive text messages now. We can't even have peace at home. It's everywhere. So like you said, when you see somebody that's actually, oh my God, they actually feel genuine and authentic and like me, perfect. Finally, this feels like someone I can trust. And so the conversion is much more faster. And when they can talk to them directly through chat, it feels like, okay, I'm talking to a real person. This isn't just like some robot and I'm directed to a link and then to buy. It's like, no, I can have a conversation with this person. Ask them, what do you actually think? I saw your video, but is this true?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And as you grow and you relaunch and you keep growing from this, and getting, the streamlined affiliate system in place and checkout process obviously is going to be very beneficial. Now that you have the testimonials, you've got some UGC, you can maybe put a little ad spend behind all this, start to dabble in that space and to really grow. Now, have you used this? How have you used this to like build your own audience, or have you got people into a Facebook group or anything like that?
Yes. So, of course, there's going to be a drip from the person sharing your course, because they're going to name your name, they're going to tag you in videos. And so the audience will automatically follow you, and it's going to grow your audience organically because they want to know who you are. Why are they always talking about you? Or you're a real person. They want to know like what your content looks like as well. So you got to make sure your socials are on point, because these people will be judging you on that, especially if I'm hosting a social media certification. So that's part of it. There's other ways as well where we've in the past interviewed clients on our podcast. And so that as well brings in new listeners that follow certain people. And it's an organic process. And we also have a Facebook group where we funnel people in from different aspects. And so it's always important to have different levels of investment. So right now, because, the first round of affiliates is actually your lowest income. It's like, and it's like that in business. Like people, you have to see this as this is your trial run. And before, companies used to buy like a batch of products, and that would be their first version, and then the next ones, they become better and better and better. And so it used to be a cost to run a first round. And now it's actually going to bring you money in the first round. This is like out of this world. And because we're using the same affiliates in round 2, it's going to get better, because people that did not sign up for round 1, they're going to sign up now because they're like, well, I missed my chance to being in this program round 1. And I've seen the results on these people's pages because they're actually applying what they're learning. So the affiliate process is an ongoing relationship. When you find people that you really, really connect with, these people can follow you for lifetimes. And so for us, what we did is we already primed their audience throughout the certification, because the people are doing the certification for 12 weeks. And so we're launching at the end of the certification. So everything is really primed. So every single week, the affiliates have been continuing affiliating without commission. That's a key as well, because it's like they're sharing, this week we learned XYZ, and they're applying. And then you see their follower counts grow, and you see their visibility. And now they're talking about their income growing, and from a result of that. And so they're walking testimonials for 12 weeks. And so then when it's going to be round 2, it's going to be exponential. It's just, and so you have to think long term in anything business. And I know that I used to think short term in my business. I used to be like, okay, how much am I going to make in this round of launching? But now I'm seeing it as, what's the lifetime value of this relationship with this affiliate? So
yeah, that's really important. People get just siloed or they're looking at just one piece of the picture. And yeah, that's great. That one piece might be great. However, you have to have a bigger vision. What is going to be the lifetime value of that customer or affiliate? How are you going to continue to serve and continue to grow together? So I think that is awesome. Now, if people are like interested in what you have to do and what you're doing, and they want to go check you out, where should they find you online?
If you like podcasts, we have a podcast called Business Energetics, where we mix business and energy. So if you're into the woo-woo, like we'll do money manifestation rituals and things like that, but I'll also show you how to leverage your next launch. It's a mix. And we have some so so many interesting people. And it would be fun to have you guys on, even you, Leah. So I know you're busy women, so I'm just putting it out there. But it's just exciting. We have the podcast for people who are audio learner and just throwing that in as you're going to work. I have the link here. It's our Stan store. It's stan.store, STAN.store/coach Claudia King. And that is where we have freebies like you can download our 30 manifestation affirmations for your next launch, which that's something we talk about a lot, and how, priming your brain and your energy for success will bring you even more sales. In that as well, you can go on our website, alchemymedia.com. So alchemy is with an I, ALCHEMI media.com. And there's a freebie library there. So you can start learning. We have courses on branding and everything that are free on our YouTube, but it's all in the library. You can find our blog, articles, and all the things. So many resources for free. We have our free Facebook group called Feminine Energy Marketing, where we show you how to use your feminine energy to actually build a thriving business without burning out and, all the masculine stuff.
I love it. So we will have the links to all of those things in the description, in the show notes, or the description, depending on where you're listening or watching this. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun having you on today.
Thank you, Leah.
You've been listening to the Digital Trailblazer podcast. For show notes and information about today's guest, head to digitaltrailblazer.com. Now, if you love this episode, if you got some value, make sure you leave us a review and subscribe. And be sure to share this episode with anyone you know who could use help to build their business. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.